Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to another episode of Suhoor Bites, where we take a few moments each morning to reflect on the wisdom of the Qur'an. In these blessed moments before dawn, as we nourish our bodies for the day of fasting ahead, let us also feed our souls with the light of divine guidance. Each day we will reflect on a verse from the Qur'an, drawing inspiration and lessons to carry with us throughout the day. Today we will be looking at Surah An-Naml, verse 81, where Allah says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَمَا أَنْتَ بِهَادِيِ الْأُمِّي عَنْ ضَلَالَتِهِمْ إِن تُسْمِعُ إِلَّا مَنْ يُؤْمِنُ بِآيَاتِنَا فَهُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. Nor can you lead the blind out of their error. You can make none to hear except those who believe in our signs and are willing to submit. Imagine a scenario where you've discovered an amazing app. It has several unique features, but also gives you all sorts of fascinating facts. You're excited to share it with your family or friends because you know they'd enjoy it and benefit from it. But no matter how much you talk about its features or how it might spark their curiosity, some people just shrug and say, "Thank you, but no thank you," and stick to whatever they already know. It's not that they physically can't see or hear you, it's that they won't open themselves up to this new possibility. This example captures the spirit of verse 81 of Surah An-Naml. The Prophet was entrusted with the Qur'an, a guidance directly from our Creator Allah, that can bring peace to our hearts and transform societies. But despite its best efforts to share the message, some people simply refuse to listen. Their hearts acted like shutters, blocking out the light. When Allah refers to the blind, it's not about literal blindness, but a willful kind of unawareness or refusal to perceive and understand. They have perfectly functioning eyes, but choose not to see the signs of Allah. But more importantly, the Prophet can't make them see if they don't want to. Meaning that the message of Allah is not something that can be forced onto us. Rather, we have the choice to engage with the message and accept it or not. It's a profoundly humbling reminder for all of us. Often we feel if we just talk louder or argue better, we can make others get what we're saying. But true acceptance of guidance isn't forced. It's a cooperative process. On one side, there's the messenger or the friend or teacher trying to communicate. On the other side, there's the listener who has to be ready and willing to receive. The verse highlights that only those who believe in our signs can truly hear. In other words, belief isn't just an intellectual exercise. It's a state of openness, a willingness to reflect and be changed by what we learn. Another important point is at the end of the verse where it says, فَهُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. They are willing to submit. In Arabic, the wording implies that those who truly hear the message naturally transition towards submission, what we call being Muslim. The real measure of having heard the truth is allowing it to shape how we think, speak, and live. As some scholars explain, the verse reminds us that hearing, in the Qur'anic sense, means far more than letting sound waves register in our ears. It means taking the message to heart. So how can we apply this in our life? First, we need to be aware of what we allow to enter into our hearts. Imam al-Askari says, أَجِبْتُ لِمَنْ يَتَفَكَّرُ فِي مَأْكُولِهِ كَيْفَ لَا يَتَفَكَّرُ فِي مَعْقُولِهِ. I am astonished at the one who thinks about what he eats. How can he not think about what enters his heart? Meaning that in the same way that we take care in what we expose our physical body to, we should be taking just as much care, if not more, on what enters our spiritual body. This verse from Surah An-Naml nudges us to ask, am I truly open to Allah's guidance, or am I selectively ignoring the messages that challenge me? If we are always in a defensive mode, we might miss the signs that could lead us closer to Allah. The second thing is to practice humility. Accepting guidance and instruction from anyone requires humility. We have to admit that we don't know everything. If we think we already have the answers, then we will close ourselves off to new insights about Allah and ourselves, and this will naturally stunt our spiritual growth. Third, the part of the verse that says, those who believe in our signs, suggests that recognizing the signs isn't a passive process. It involves contemplation, thinking deeply about what the Qur'an says, about the wonders in creation, about the moral lessons we encounter daily. In other words, we need to seek out deeper knowledge and understanding to bring about real change. Perhaps the greatest gift in this verse is the reassurance that if we decide to believe in Allah's signs and sincerely submit, we become among those who can truly hear. those who can internalize this guidance and let it brighten our path in life. We're never stuck in the darkness unless we choose to remain there. Verse 81 of Surah An-Naml is a timeless reminder. Guidance is there for those who want it. The Prophet presents it, but the hearts have to be receptive to it. So let's try to ask ourselves, are we taking active steps to keep our hearts open and engage with Allah's words? Or have we unknowingly turned a blind eye to messages that could enhance our faith?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
إنك لا تسمع الموتى ولا تسمع الصم الدعاء إذا ولوا مدبرين وما أنت بهاد العمي عن ضلالتهم إن تسمع إلا من يؤمن بآياتنا فهم مسلمون وإذا وقع القول عليهم أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا